Hi, you guys doing? You're watching Andy WTH. I'm Andy. This is Big Brother 18 edition USA, and we just finished our week here. The fifth evictee, of course, was Tiffany. Let's talk about the week. It's been a great week. It's a lot of things that happened in the house. First of all, let's start off with Tiffany, because she's the one that got evicted this week. Let's talk about last week. Um, you know how Devon thought, hey, it was a good idea to keep her in the house so she can go after Frank, right? All right. So she decided to flip the house and evict Bronte. Excuse me. And she thought it would work into her favor. Well, it didn't. It really did not work in anybody's favor because Tiffany basically blew up the house. Really, the only one that, as far as I'm concerned, helped out quite a bit is Frank, because it had, like I said before, information is power. So there's a lot of information that Frank did not have about Devon and other elements of the game that, of course, people were going over and tell her about certain things, like the, of course, which she was a part of, the 5-girl alliance, right? And other information. Devon told her about this and about that, and then, of course, Devon told Frank, and Frank told her something that she said, but Tiffany told Devon, and the only way that Frank would know is through Devon. So right there, she knew, okay, she's going around the house and basically like a little parrot, just going around telling people a lot of different things that she really shouldn't have. Because remember, if you say too much in the house, sometimes it can come back and bite you. And which this week, that's what happened to Devon. So of course, who was the HOH this week? It was Polly. And Polly wanted her out last week, and she didn't go, Tiffany. So he retargeted her again. And when he put up her, he put up. I got that written down just to make sure I understand this right here. He put up Nat. Okay, Natalie, because obviously Tiffany was a bigger target than Natalie. And of course, during the week, Tiffany won HOH. Or no, it's HOH. What am I talking about? Roadkills. I'm sorry. I'm getting kind of tired. But so Tiffany won Roadkill. And of course, remember, okay, Roadkill, you deal it in secret, and it's a secret. So you can nominate in a secret. And for some odd reason, this year, people did not get the concept of it being a secret nomination. And of course, she decided, okay, who can I nominate? Well, she decided to nominate Corey as the Roadkill nominee. And of course, Corey won veto, puts himself off. And she said, who can I put up the biggest target? Well, at least she took the first shot at the returning player. She put up Devon, which really, technically, Devon was the bigger target, and the house should have took her out. All right, but they didn't. The end up, Tiffany went out, so she did try. I give her that credit. And of course, she went for the battle back. We'll talk about that in a minute. So let's see. Like I said before, Tiffany had, so what she did, she basically blew up a lot of people's games. Frank had a lot of information he did not have. So all of a sudden, he had this information. She gave him the information. So now that's the only really person that really benefited this week of having her in house for another week. So it did not help out Devon's game, which she thought it would. It really backfired on her. So Devon now is in a defensive position. So how is she going to come out of this? Is she going to be able to come out of it? Well, she's going to have a lot of work ahead of her, okay? Because just remember, her own alliance now that she had is kind of doubting her. You know, what should we tell her something now? You know, if I was in the house, I'd be sitting there thinking, do I really want to tell something to Devon? Because, you know, I mean, they know it's going to circulate, right? So now she's going to have less information to play her game. That's my opinion on her right now. Now, Frank has more information, which is going to help him out even though he's got the house against him, but he knows this information. So how he's going to use it, we're going to see. So basically, I think it's going to be kind of it'll be Frank and Devon going after each other, but I think it's going to be really a bad move on their part because of all the other side of the house with Paulie leading the charge against, and he's going to go after Frank. He's going to go after Devon. You know that, and of course, and under his little umbrella, he has himself, Zazia, and he obviously Corey and Nicole are in that little group, obviously, and of course James and Nat. Okay, so that's a group of 6 as far as I'm concerned. I mean, he's got a group of 3 himself, Bridget and Michelle, so that's 3. All right. Then who do you got floating around there right now? As far as I'm concerned, I'm thinking is basically Devon and Paul. So those are kind of 2 oddballs out as far as I see right now. But Paul's in a really good spot because they're not going to target him. They're not even looking at him at the moment. So he's kind of like the clown of the house, if you want. And then, of course, Victor. We'll talk about Victor in a minute. He's the winner of the battle back, which he's going to change the house. And boys, oh boys, he's going to change things around. So basically, if I was Frank, I would sit down with Devon and Paul because, well, Paul probably won't, just kind of floating around a little bit, but try to get him under, or those 2 under his wing if you want, or work together, because if not, that little group I just said there, minus Paul, they're going to be in trouble in the next couple of weeks. I can see Frank taking a go. I could see perhaps maybe even Bridget, depending on what happens there. So the next 2 weeks, they're in trouble. That's why the veto this week is the most important veto of the season, obviously, because you got 3 elements in play here that they need it. Okay, Frank needs it big time because that way he can reestablish himself in the game. Victor will need it for sure because he's the battle back winner and he's going after just about everybody. But you can't do that because you got to build lines. The only person he's got in there right now is Paul. Well, to a point. Paul is going to try to stay away from him, I think, because he does realize that Victor will have a huge target on his back. But if he wins HOH, he will be able to bring Paul in on his under his wing, if you want. And hopefully, Victor, if he does win, he will realize the group of 6 I just mentioned earlier. If he doesn't, well, he could be in trouble, but hopefully he does. Now, Paul's group, they got to win it. It's important for them. That way they can go after the other side of the house. And this is who I think is going to get nominated this week if that side of the house wins. It's going to be Frank that'll get nominated because he would be the best target. And you're going to be surprised I'm going to say this, but Devon will not be a target at all. I don't think so. I think it's going to be Victor. If that side of the house wins, those are the 2 nominees. And if that side of the house wins, it's going to be, in my opinion, it'll be, no, excuse me, yeah, if Frank's side of the house wins, I think what he will do, he'll put up, in my opinion, Paulie, and probably Corey, maybe. And, well, actually, if we talk about Devon too, Devon will be also in that mix. So those are probably the 3, but I think myself, that's what we should put up. But we're going to see. That's why I like Big Brother. But we're going to find out who wins tomorrow night, Sunday night, actually. So anyways, that's my assessment of everything. And right now, basically, the game has been reset. We're going to find out what's going to happen Sunday night because I think the live feeds are off right now. So anyways, that's what I think. And if you like what I do, just have a comment on the bottom. And if you like my videos, like it. So we'll talk to you later. If you want to subscribe as well, by all means do. We'll talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye. You're watching WTH.